It's just Paul McKenna from BT Boxing in association with DS News with me. $1 million Anthony Crolla, how are you, mate? Okay?
How's things,
good?
mate? Yeah,
good,
all
mate.
good. Just coming now, taking over, obviously waiting on a new fight date.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, just coming, taking over.
That's it, obviously last time out, Jorge Linares. It was a great fight, very competitive fight, good fight, obviously, for yourself. Coming out, you know, not the winner, always going to be disappointing, but yeah, it was a great fight, and you know, I'm sure it'd be nice if you could do it again.
Yes, definitely. It's you know, there's a lot of talk of the rematch, and hopefully that can be done towards the early part of next year, of 2017. And yeah, like you said, listen, no excuses. I had a great camp, and I lost a close fight. I just come up short against a very, very good fighter. Jorge Linares. I thought the fight itself was going well, and I felt as if I was getting in control of the fight, and then end of round 6, he caught with a great shot, and he buzzed me, and even though I won the next round, I think it just took a little bit of zap out of me, both my legs. I'm a punches, and fair play to Jorge Linares. I think the last few rounds, he had big fight experience, and won the last few rounds, where it's normally one of my strong points, so listen, every credit to him. But yeah, no, I'd love to do it again. Love to do it again and share the ring with him again, and I'm confident, go away now, make a few improvements, that the result will be different next time.
Yeah, obviously you've had plenty of time to reflect now, look back, monitor the fight and so on, and obviously I'm sure you've pointed and seen out the weaknesses that you made that night, or the things you can improve on, and take them into the rematch and hopefully get the win this time.
Yeah, and that's what I've got to do. Obviously, that you don't want to give too much away, but I think me and Joe spoke about it, and even now, like I say, we've not got a fight date yet, but I'm just in the gym ticking over. But over the next week or two, Joe's going to start. He's only said there's a lot of things we want to work on over the next few weeks before any fight gets announced. To see, you know, to work on, because they're the improvements that we need to make that result different. And I do believe that, like I said, I think even though I come up short, it wasn't that I didn't perform. I think my performances are getting better, and I'll be better again for when we fight again. And that's what I've got to do. I believe I'm improving all the time, and there's still a lot more to improve on as a fighter. And I've shown to people, I always believed it, and the people around me always knew it, but I belong at that top level.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, there's always been like a mutual respect between yourself and Linares. Never really any. There's no trash talk in the fight, and still after I've seen been getting on and stuff. So it's a bit of a strange one, because I know you're quite a fan of. You used to watch him a lot. And
listen, he's a cool guy. He is. He's like, listen, if I was ever over in Miami or Vegas, I'd meet him and I'd have food with him. He wouldn't bother me at all. He's a cool guy, but I know once that first bell goes, as we've shown on the night, and I imagine he's the same. Once that bell goes, all respect goes out the window. We'll touch gloves, fight, and then we'll shake hands again after it. And that's for me the way that I'd prefer it to be. If it's, you know, if you come with an opponent where it's not like that, then so be it. But no, listen, we get on well. We've got a lot of respect for each other, and obviously after having a good fight, I suppose there's even more respect there. Definitely.
Obviously, you know, you've been a world champion, which is always something that you wanted to do, and then fought in, you know, arguably one of the biggest fights in a long time, Ring Magazine belt on the line, and unification, and you know, now you've got the taste for them fights, and you know you belong at that level. Is it just, you know, you've got to be in these big fights from now on?
Yeah, of course. That's what I feel. It's hard, I think, for lately the last so many fights, four fights or so, have all been sort of, I don't know about career defining, but certainly biggest fights in my career. So
you've had so many tough opponents back to back. It was,
and that's it. I just like
Perez twice,
the two Perez fights,
but also and then
Linares, and then it's just, I don't know, you're up for those big nights, and I think people start expecting that. So maybe it's like, and listen, the motivation's always there with me, but obviously the last few fights, walking out in front of that arena, great crowd and stuff, it's I suppose it would be hard to come down for a bit of a routine fight. It wasn't meant to be a routine fight.
Yeah. Do you think it is one of them ones now where it's, the motivation's got to be there? You've got to be able to get up for the big fights, and it's difficult to get up for just the takeovers and stuff. Like the bigger the opponent seems to bring out the better in yourself.
I mean, it seems so long ago that I had a takeover. It was a few years back, but that was pretty sort of short notice. But yeah, I believe that the better the opponent, the better that I raise my game. And like I said, I'm still improving. I've just turned 30.
Yeah, I believe it was your birthday last week.
Yeah, last
happy birthday
week.
for that,
So
mate.
thank you, mate. But I believe I'm improving still as a fighter, as an athlete, and that's what I say. I just want to be in these big fights. That's all. Listen, your boxing career doesn't last forever, but I want to be remembered to, that I took on the best around. At that time.
And hopefully become the best around that time.
That's it.
Never mind, just take them on, become.
No,
become
that's
the
it.
best.
Exactly. Yeah, not just competing with them. I want to. Like I said, then it was obviously a great fight. I lost a close fight to a great fighter, but I can't be happy with that. I've got to go away, and that's why I'm going to go away, make the improvements to make sure the result's different next time.
That's it, definitely. Just one final question before we go. Speaking to Scotty about it earlier on, the whole, I don't know if you read the Lucas Brown situation, the heavyweight he's tested positive for the second time. What do you make of this whole thing? Not just with him, but in general. It seems to be a lot lately that people are testing positive for one thing or another.
I always say, drug cheats in boxing. I think I saw someone say it the other day, or it was Paul Smith actually. You forget, but I've always said it myself. You start in line with the 100 metres, people might have failed drug tests and that. They win, as wrong as it is, they win. It's a race. No one's going to get hurt. In boxing or any combat sport, whether it be MMA or something, when you're taking performance enhancing drugs, it's for me it's a criminal offence, because obviously it's a dangerous enough sport, it is, but God forbid something bad happens to your opponent,
which has happened recently, fairly recently with Mike Towell over in Scotland, and with the heavyweight division as well.
In the heavyweight division, it seems to be rife. Unfortunately, I can't understand to fail two, whether the first one was cleared. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. But for me, drug cheats, they should be banned for life, and that's.
I think everyone shares.
That's certainly in these sports. I think, like say, they can be forgiven. For me, like in Olympic events, I think they should be banned from the big events. But like I say, it's a race. No one's going to get hurt or all like that. But in a boxing or any combat sport, it's much more dangerous, and I think it should be a lifelong ban.
Definitely. I certainly agree with that, mate. Alright, well, on that note, thanks for speaking to us as always, mate. As soon as the next fight in course, I'm sure I'll come and speak to you.
Definitely. Nice one, Paul. Good to speak to you, mate.
Nice one, you too.
Sound.